Music's not working again. OBS. There we go. Mr. Nomad, welcome to the marathon. Let's just kick it off, right? Yeah, let's get into this. We got a lot of work ahead. Okay, hi, I'm Joe Mike, and today I'm going to be building more of my positron. So far we've got through most of the smaller build steps, and now we're about to enter into a much more involved step. Actually, the next two steps are probably the most involved steps of the entire build. Well, we're going to be building the base, and then we're going to be bringing it all together and finishing out the builds of all the other components that are roughly half built right now. So, this is going to be kind of a marathon stream. I'm going to go as long as I can until my wife yells at me to help with the kids, and then after that, if I'm not done, I'll probably stream again tonight. I really want to get this done, so without further ado, let's kick this thing off. Make sure everything's working. All right, cool. Right there, that is where you'll find what I am following along with. That's the build guide, the LDO build guide. I know that was confusing because you can see my finger from multiple directions, but up in the upper right hand corner. Oh, I got the Nomad's attention today. Woohoo! How was your session last night? Do you have any PC deaths? Oh, time to start gathering the pieces. It was interesting. Well, that's a good thing sometimes, unless it's like interesting in a bad way. You don't want that. AB pulley alignment tool. You know? That's this little booger right here. I did print that out. Switch PCB mount, that's this guy. We had some light death. They weren't permanent because it was a Christmas special. We had 4 lives and we're trapped in a snow globe. Oh my gosh. Oh well. Sounds like fun. Gotta love the interesting one's light bar bracket front. Theme sessions are always fun. Oh yeah, that. Have you decided what you're going to name that extruder? Tears of the Machinist. Tears of the Maker. Okay, light bar. Glue on. Oh! I didn't see. I literally was on Blue Sky long enough today to just post out the fact that I was going live, and then I was out. Because I posted that from bed. Because I slept in today. And boy, howdy, did I need it. Okay, what is what here? This looks like that piece. It is that piece if you go that direction with it. Okay. Kush in the house. Nice name. Welcome into my posi build. we're going to do our best here to knock this sucker out today, either in this session or a session later today. Alright, a little bit of noise as I clean up parts. This is why I love ASA. I don't like the fact that ASA and ABS both have what you would call stretch marks. They give you the white stretch marks, but they're so easy to clean up with a hot gun, so. I've got lots of little rabbit ears to remove. Enjoyed building it much more than my Prusa. Yeah, you know how many Prusas I've built in my life? I'm in the probably above the dozen range at this point with Prusas. And now I don't own any Prusas. It's weird. Not only did I build so many, I rebuilt so many into Bear versions. Because I really liked the extrusions system that the Bear kits had to offer, so followed Greg's guidelines there. Built Bears. Build a Bear Mara. He's having issues with his XL. He's getting layer shifts or something like that. Or some weird behavior. Paul, hey, welcome in. Merry Christmas to you. Oh my gosh. There's so many pieces to clean up. Okay, now there's this guy, which is like, what part is that? That's a wild part. I think it's this guy. It is this guy. It ate its belt? Oh! Dude. Okay. That's a hungry printer if it's eating its own belt. You need to give it more filament. Alright, I know exactly what piece this is, and I'm cleaning it up with a razor, because that is the part that all the ports on the MCU are going to be sticking out of. So that's a side part. So you can see the Ethernet, USB, USB-C, and I think that's SD card. Is that right? That's SD card. Okay, do I need to really clean anything? Yeah, I do. Too many parts for me to clean. I should have done this up front. Wow, I almost missed you right there, little guy right in there. Yeah. Almost got away with it. Okay, number next. Front panel parts, or front side panel, I should say. I always get freaked out when removing the built-in support, because I'm like, is this built-in support or is it supposed to be here? And then you kind of just go to it, pop it off, there it goes. Hopefully I don't need that piece later on. Yeah, it's on the floor with all the rest of the stuff. Voxel AD 3D print, it beeps every time I turn it on and can't find out what's wrong with it. That sounds like, well, that's kind of a tough one to figure out. Does it have a display on it? Is it giving you like any kind of an error? Is the display powering up properly, showing temperatures and stuff like that? Or is it just beeping and doing absolutely nothing? Because if it's beeping and doing absolutely nothing, I would say you've got yourself a main board issue of some kind. Ooh, that hot. Okay. Then the other version of that is here. One of these days I'm going to get a bigger desk. Yes to which, but can't do anything. So the LCD is coming on, but you can't do anything with the printer? Is that what you're saying? Huh. What's that here? Okay. So it's like it's locked. So like you can't home it, you can't move any axes. It just is a brick right now, right? Okay. So initially, to me, what it sounds like, what I would do if I was in your shoes, if you can get into the main the main board where it is, and make sure everything's unplugged as far as power. Just get in there and make sure that all of the sensors, make sure everything is plugged in correctly. Make sure it's all seated nicely. Just give the main board a good look over to see if there's anything that looks burnt on it, or anything that looks blown on it, like a mini capacitor or something like that. That would be my first step, is just checking out the hardware. I don't know yet if you need a new motherboard. That's kind of what we need to, figure out first, is if everything is plugged in, looks fine, and then you boot it up and it keeps doing it. You might find a loose connection in there. You might open it up and see something on the board burnt, and then that can, clue you into that, yeah, the main board might be bad. The main, or the MCUs, the main controlling units, the main controller units, they can go bad in so many different ways, and then like part of it'll work and then part of it won't work. The LCD, like the controller, it might just be pinned out, like something went wrong with the controller's encoder wheel or anything, depending on the setup. I'm not 100% familiar with that printer, so I don't know 100% how they have the screen hooked up to the rest of it. If it's through regular ribbon cables, then it's a very, very, very simple process of connectivity, versus like if you had a different controller, like the Clipper controllers, like Speeder Pad, or even like what the Positron uses, which has a built-on controlling unit, like a compute module or something similar to that. Other than that, I really can't think of anything off the top of my head that you should check. Does it have a USB port that you can plug a computer into and try to manipulate it without using the LCD screen? That would be my next step. And then the other question is it just a single beep, or is it one long beep, like flatlining, or is it just like a boot up beep? Okay, now we can get into these guys. One long beep. Is it continuous? Like it like the beep doesn't stop until you shut the printer off? Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. Honestly, if that is the case, the first thing I would try before replacing the motherboard is reflashing the motherboard. So try to reinstall the firmware onto the motherboard. Keep beep until you turn it off. Oh yeah, that's... you got an MCU issue. I would definitely try to reinstall the firmware first. So see if you can get the firmware from their repository or their site, and see if you can get that on there. If you can't get that on there, then you might be looking at a new main board. The other thing is, if it uses an SD card, which most of those kinds don't use any kind of removable flash, you can always try changing out the SD and trying to install a new firmware onto it. I don't know, is that a Clipper printer? I should say Marlin 2 also can run off SD. It has a USB card. Well, that's just for the... isn't that just for files and stuff? Like, it's not running its actual firmware off of the USB, yeah? There's a lot of parts for this step. A lot of the printed parts, I should say. That looks like the front bumper. Yeah. Well, hello. Welcome in. Hello. Hello. La la la. So which Vox is it? What model is it again? La la la. Making a mess and it's all right. I really hope I was supposed to remove the little brackets, or the, I don't know, what are these, anchors? Technically, I'd maybe call those anchors. Well, they're gone, so if I need them, then we'll glue them. Why not? What have I done? Oh god! Oh god! Yeah, I kind of figured that they were there for more of a supportive role. Built-in supports. Yeah, there we go. Oh, my kid is yelling upstairs. Woo, buddy. Oh, and he's yelling and laughing. Which kid is that? It's really hard to disseminate between my 6-year-old daughter and my 3-year-old son, which one is making the noise, because my 3-year-old son's screams go way up into the stratosphere. To the point sometimes where when they're playing, I have to put in loops. You know, those like decibel cutting ear inserts that have like the little loop on it. You know, earplugs. They don't completely cut out the noise unless you put the little silicone ring on the inside to get full isolation, but they do cut the decibel level way down, especially in the high range frequency, which is very important for this stage of their lives. Oh yeah, these pieces, I like these pieces. Alright, these are going to take a second to clean up. Gotta get all the bunny ears off of them, gotta wash all the nano off of it. Get out of there, thank you. So, full disclosure, I did something stupid last night, an accident. Well, I mean, Nomad, you were here last night when I was building. You know how tired I was. I accidentally left my big main Hakko soldering iron turned on all night. And the house is still here, thankfully. Because that could have been bad. Usually soldering irons aren't too big of a fire hazard when they're properly contained. You know, if I left the iron out, like propped on like a little iron holder on my desk, that would be one thing. That thing could roll off and then set my desk on fire, but it's tucked away nice and neatly over in its Hakko heat dissipating stand, so we got, you know, the best cases there going for us, which is good. Yeah, that's what I said when I oof was pretty much the exact other choice words did come out of my mouth when I realized I had left it out all night, but you know, I tried to keep this a PG stream. Okay, so let's clean these suckers up. I'm guessing that they're going to be face up like that with bed side up. I don't know for sure, but either way, I'm going to clean it. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? We are building a Positron 3D printer, which is the printer that prints upside down. It's quite a nice little, I mean, you know, it's an engineering greatness. I believe that Nomad had a slight part in it. And I just realized, Nomad, that when Pooch turned his upside down and mounted it upside down, he just created a proton, right? No longer a positron, it's a proton, if we're going off of the standard model. They are very neat little machines. The printing mechanism is really cool, especially with the 90-degree hot end, which is very unique. And then the portability of it, it's just unrivaled. Like, I have a lot of small printers, including a Monoprice Select Mini from way back in the day, which is tiny. But is a positron an electron? Oh, so the matter equivalent of a positron is an electron. The antimatter equivalent of a proton. Oh, god dang it. What is it? That's no. Yes, positron is the antimatter version of electron. You're right. I'm right. Is it an antiproton? Really? They didn't give it a fancy name? They didn't give it like neutrino or anything? Well, that's lame. Thanks, physicists. You should come up with one that's like, I don't know, a quarter of the size of the positron and call it the quark. It has like a 50 by 50 bed. Oh, that's that retaining bracket. That's around here somewhere. There it is. Sub-assemblies. I mean, that works. Okay, then we got our side bumpers. I think I printed those out of black. Yep. See, I am adding a little bit of a contrast to this with a few black pieces. I'm not going full on blue. Oh, come and knock at my door. Did Paul ever say what Vox he has? What the model was? Did I miss that? Those look good. I'm not going to have to hit those. Like a glove. I will never get tired of how well that works. And then that thing, which is LED. Wait, no, that's not the LED cluster retainer. Rear idler tension block, which I also did in black. Let's see how this thing is working. I see the purpose of this design. If the first one VoxLab made Aquila, or Aquila, like tequila? Okay, let me take a note of that. Come on. My notes app isn't working. This is awkward. It's not working at all. I wonder if it's because I set up a new Mac. Let's try again. There we go. Excuse me. VoxLab. Aquila. 32-bit. Okay. All right, Paul. So here's what I'll do. Do you follow me on any of the socials on X or on Blue Sky? Either one, it's Joe Mike Makes now. My branding has changed from the last time we spoke. So I would say Blue Sky's the better way to get a hold of me, but I still monitor my X account. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and dig into this a little bit later tonight. Oh, you're on. You do follow me on Instagram? Okay. Um, I'll dig into this a little bit tonight and see if there's anything that sticks out to me as far as a like red flag of that's probably what's going on here. So, oh, I don't have a Facebook anymore. I do have a Facebook, but I don't do the friends or anything like that. It's strictly for Facebook Marketplace, and that's it. I ran away from Facebook pretty fast once my mom got on there. Yeah, Facebook was big when I was in college. That's when they first came out, and you had to have a college email address to get on it. It wasn't open to everybody, and everyone was like, check this out, it's really neat. At the time, I was using like MySpace and Zanga. I didn't hop on the Facebook train right away. I figured the admin of the school I was attending would be watching that thing like a hawk for kids or for students doing things they weren't supposed to be doing. And then I was right, because we had a party and a bunch of my friends who had Facebooks posted a bunch of pictures to Facebook of us in togas drinking root beer out of a keg. We went to Springfield and got a keg of root beer. It was a root beer toga party, and we all got called into the administrative offices, and we had to prove that it wasn't beer because it was a dry campus. So after a bunch of receipts later and pulling in enough people asking them what was in it, what were you guys drinking? They finally were like, okay, it's root beer, but you have to understand how that looks like to us. And we're like, yeah, we realized that we can't post jack squat on Facebook because y'all are using it to police us. I promptly dropped out of that college very quickly after that. Okie dokie. I've got all the printed parts now. And now I need the big fat plate. I think is still in here. Oh, important meetings. Gotcha. Don't worry, I'll only screw up about 6 things while you're gone, and you can help me fix them when you get back. Look at that. Beautiful CNC'd aluminum. With logos, a kit number. Look at that. It's got the Positron logo and the LDO logo. That's beautiful. Use the included wrench. When putting standoffs into the tool head, this will be relevant later. Do not use a socket. Use the included wrench. Okay. I've got the wrench. Alright, now we need to collect some screws here. Machine screw, B, button head, M3/8. Alright, so I do need to get into my screws here. Okay, button heads are in here. And these are M3/8. M3/8. 4 of these. Man, sometimes with these little baggies. Okay, there's my 8s. Got the base plate. Hex male, female standoff, the M2.544. Pretty sure the hex standoffs are all in here. Just 4 of these. For female standoffs, M38710. CNC? Really? Huh? Motor plate standoff, motor plate standoff. Oh. What? Not seeing them in that group. There's nothing left in the box. I could have sworn I did see some big fat standoffs. M38710. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Let's see how this all goes together. Okay, which side of the board am I working on here? It's hard when it's black. Looks like that. Number next goes here. Getting the threading. Come on. That's your home. Are you too good for your home? Below, catty corner. Yep, that looks good. Okay, so the M3s are in. Now other side for the standoffs. It's almost like this one was meant for that. That looked good. Yeah, just like that. Excellent. And then the little guys. What driver am I using? This one is the ES15 from Microware, I believe. I need to take it apart and actually take a look at it because my little OLED screen on it stopped working. unfortunately. So I don't know what my torque setting is currently, or my charge level. Yeah, I had a WoW stick too. I like the ES15 is a lot nicer when it comes to, you know, it has an accelerometer in it, so it only goes as fast as you turn it, and one button instead of two buttons. Plus, when you can see it on the screen, you can click and set the torque adjustment, so you don't have to worry about over torquing and, like I said, stripping things out, which can be a problem with these little electric guys. Okay. All right. Tight, 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 tight. It's tight. Next, install the PCV switch mount. So we're gonna need some heat inserts. 2.534s. 4 of those. 3. 4. Get this guy heating up. It has my M2.5 heat insert tool on it. Machine screw, button head, M36s. Two of those. It's a pricey one. Yeah, the Linus Tech driver's pretty good. M38s, need 4 of those. I probably... You're heading home now? What's up? I hope it's not a bad heading home and more like, hey, everybody, go home. You did awesome this year. Enjoy it. And not a, hey, everybody, we didn't make enough money. Okay, okay. It's dead at work. Yeah, I went in for a split, like just long enough, because I traded a friend. We traded iMacs. One of my coworkers, because he needed an older iMac. So I had a 2011 iMac, and I was like, I could use a newer iMac. And he had a 2017, which has Thunderbolt 3 on it. And so we just traded. And so I went up there and did the swap yesterday, and there was no one there. Well, go to Printed Solid then, and say hi to Dave and Dustin for me. And Chris if he's there. I don't know if Chris is going to be there though. Motor plate standoff. My gosh, I'm so itchy. Speaking of beards. Motor plate standoff. Just 2 of these suckers. Oh wow. Quite neat. Oh my gosh. Oh, hi, cat. Freaked me the crap out, Gus. Are you gonna take a dump over there? Why would you do that to me? someone else approaching? I don't know what's happening right now. Okay, so we need to install the heat inserts into this guy. I'm going to set that aside for now. Probably don't need this at this point. Anyway, so yeah, I'm preparing the iMac that's over there to be my streaming PC. So it'll sit right here and I won't have to keep doing all the things. Hi, buddy. What you doing? Bye-bye. Dump and run. That's what he's doing. Vince! Good afternoon, morning, night. It's afternoon. Okay. Let's do this. Let's get these in there. There's my flat metal piece. Anyway, what I was saying was I probably wouldn't even have this particular driver if it hadn't been given to me back in the day. They wanted me to do like a little review / use it kind of deal. I was like, yeah, I'm down. They actually sent me two at different times. They sent me I have the old version somewhere, and then they sent me the new version. And then they also sent me the TS 100 soldering iron. And then I ended up getting the TS 101 later on my own. Which is what I'm using right now for this guy. I like the TS 100 or the 101 a lot more than I like the 100. I've actually got my 100 right here. So this is the 100, the precursor to this guy. Pretty much the same iron, except the big difference here is the fact that this guy only runs off of a barrel plug. It has a micro USB on it, but that's more for programming and diagnostics, where this one has a USB-C on it, which can accept power delivery. So right now this is being powered by USB-C PD. And it's a lot easier to work with, definitely a lot easier to carry around than having to drag around the AC adapter brick, the power brick. All right. I should be keeping a burn count. All right, there we go. Number next. Bringing this guy back. Other way, buddy. There you go. Ooh, just a little too large here. Wait a second. Yeah, that's how it goes. It's not rounded off enough. Huh. The groove on the base plate designed allowed for a built-in power supply for future upgrades. The switch PCB mount is to fill in the groove. I see. Position the switch PCB on the base plate securely mount. Yeah, I'm trying. It's just a little tight. Let's go ahead and that's the M36s. I'm abandoning this one again. I'm going to do it by hand. This one's much more comfortable. Okay. And then we just have to figure out how to squish this in there. Where is my nice cloth that I use for delicate operations like this? I can also, I guess, use cardboard. Huh. 'Tis lost. Which isn't surprising given the mess. Oh, there it is. Oh, there's the feet. That's the feet I was looking for the spool holder to put on later. Sorry, I've got darts clinging. It's a clingy dart. Okay. Well, that ain't working. So maybe a bend up and in. Seems just a little bit too big. Just a bit too big. Get in there, you punk. Okay, time to think of a different strategy here. I think I've got one. It's called sand the crap out of that top. Sand it till it fits, right? Okay. Get my chunky 180. How close are we now? There we go. She in. I just need to secure it down. Again. All right. That's in. Pain. Yeah, punk. Oh, hey, my emojis decided to show up. Hi, emojis. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. They go in there, like that. And connect from the back. But make sure the arrow's going that away. Okay. One more of those, go here. Okay. And those are on. Good deal. I think that's it for this step. Double check my work here. Plate, standoffs. Excellent. Oh, now I'm gonna need some motors. And some plates. XY motor plates. I mean, they're AB motor plates, but same thing. Okay. There, those are. And motors. Put this channel locks away. I don't need them now. Ow, my back. My back hurts. Okay. There are two of these, and they both have different length whips on them. And then the other one is going to go on the extruder later. Okay, so what's... Okay, so this one's the longer of the two. And they connect with M36 button heads. We're doing all four? Doing all four, okay. Okay, 8 of those. Check. Hex standoffs. H4.75 M3. What the heck you talking about? Ah, I see. And now I've got to find the pulleys. Oh, great. I'm sure they're around here somewhere. These are the weird little M3, or yeah, M3mm pulleys. Where'd I see all these? In here? Got so many of these. Idlers and pulleys. And there's the set screws. Excellent. If I have an extra one of those, I'll throw it on the Z drive where I didn't have one. Okay, so it looks like the long one's going on. And that's the short one. Just the long one. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. Good. What was that? That was quite the noise. There's one. And then let's get two done. Sorry I'm being so quiet. I'm trying to preserve my voice. Last night I lost it, so I'm being sparse. You think you need a new board? I mean, that's kind of what I'm feeling initially, but you never know. Okay, those are on. Now, which one's which here? Okay, motor A is the one with the longer, because I want to go ahead and put my labels on. So this one's A. And this one is B. What am I using for a mic? It is the Cinco G2. So I've got a lav here, and then it's this little body pack, which you can actually use as the lav mic itself. It's got a microphone built into it, but it also takes an external lav. And then there's a receiver that looks exactly like this that plugs in via USB-C, and that's what I use. This actually has a brother as well, so I can have two running at the same time if I ever wanted to do interviews or have a co-host in-house. It's a great system. It replaced one that I'd been using for ever. and I like it equally as much. I'm not huge on going like all out with mics and cameras and stuff like that. So I don't have any like DSLR cameras and capture cards. It's all webcams and the simple mic system. Very simple. I keep it simple. Okay, so I think the rest of these are idlers. I'm going to set those aside for the time being because we've got our actual geared pulleys there. And then that's what this tool here is for, is to set the, got this little tool here. I'll show you over in this camera. So that helps you set the groove for this guy and get it at the proper height on the shaft of the motors, which is awesome. That's a handy tool, actually. Okay, so how many set screws am I going to be using? Okay, so I'm using 2 set screws per pulley, which means I should have 1 left over, or at least 1 left over. It's 3, 4. Yeah, they sound good, and they're relatively inexpensive compared to other systems like it. Let me see. I might be able to... Yeah, right now they're on sale for 99 bucks. And that's for the dual kit. I'll pop this in the chat. No affiliate link, just normal. So I just got the standard ones. You can get the ones that have onboard recording if you don't plan on being tethered to a device. The cool thing about it being USB-C is that it can go into an Android phone that has USB-C. It can go into an iPhone 15 or newer that has USB-C. Or it can go into a computer with USB-C. Anything that's got USB-C, you can plug the receiver in and it becomes a digital receiver for that device, which is excellent. It also does come with the 2 lav mics as well, which is, it's a pretty simple but pretty awesome little setup that I'm glad I stumbled upon it. Alright, so first things first, preset the set screw. Gosh darn it, Joe. You want to get them in there and get them close to the edge on the inside, but not through yet. Basically what I'd like to do is have it as little actual screwing that I have to do as possible. Oh, that went into the same hole as the other one. Whoopsie daisies. Okay, so there we go. And you can always back them out if you need to. And some of the thread locker on here is better than others. Okay, now let's use the tool and get these suckers on there. So, as always, anytime you're installing a pulley, you want at least one of these little grub set screws to be up against the shaft, the flattened part of the shaft on the stepper. Looks like I need to back one of these suckers out. There we go. Then we use the little tool, the alignment tool, the height setting tool. I don't know what we want to call this, but all right. And then I just usually go ahead and set the one on the flat part first. I'll double check that. Okay, there's a little bit play in the pulley alignment tool up and down, like hardly anything at all, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. If I need to adjust it a little bit later, I can. Most of these things aren't perfect the first time you get them on there. AB motors now have their pulleys installed. Now we need some standoffs on them, it looks like. M356. I unfortunately did not label these standoffs, but I can use an informed guess. That's a 2.5. The thing with standoffs is that they have so many stinking dimensions to them. Are they supposed to be slightly? I guess so. These seem long. I really don't have any that are shorter that are M3. The other ones are 2.5s. Make sure that I don't have any weird ones laying around here for just this. Does not appear so. So those would have to be it. Do the final tightening up on these. Okay. AB motors. M3/8s needed for this next one with the button heads. Button heads M3/8s. Four. these go on the standoffs, it looks like. Place the A motor on the left and the B motor on the right. And do the wires go down or up? I ain't seeing no wires, so I'm guessing they go down. Whoop. Okay. Ooh, install the main board. With pleasure. Got its little LED hat on there. That's good. And then we need the silicone pads. No, you need to stay on there. You're the adhesive. You stay on the pad. Okay. Leave the adhesive on, would you? Okay. And that's going to sit over here. It looks like that. Before I free the adhesive from the other side, I'm going to need some 2.54s. These little... That's socket head, okay. I'm down with that. Alright, we're going to very carefully line up the back holes first. Front holes, and press very lightly on those silicone pads. And then we'll go ahead and put it in place. Hello, ladies. It's coming. It's going. It's coming and going. I am getting a little bit of a headache from my neck being down so much. This is... Oh, I need a heat pad for my neck. And more water, I think. Okay, I think right here, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get something for my neck because I'm old now. I remember doing this crap when I was in my 30s and it was so much easier. And now I'm older. I'm in my 40s now and it's not quite as easy to sit on this little stool anymore. And I'll be right back though. I'll leave a message. All right. I'm gonna try not to drop, break, or crash into anything while I'm doing this, and I'm gonna mute my mic so you don't hear me. Maybe. All right, I'm almost back. Almost there. Okay. Thanks for hanging in there. I have things. Water, Mountain Dew, and a thermocare heat pad for my neck. Oh my gosh. Cause getting old is hard to do. They say that getting old is hard to do. Okay, I'm missing a little one of those. Where did it go? It's under there. Alright, just preparing. Okay, so board is up here. So I feel like the wires really should be on the other side. Huh. I mean, it doesn't show the wires as popping out yet, but I mean, that doesn't really mean much of anything. We'll see. Let's move on to the next thing. Oh, and we need the switchboard. And I need to switch ears because this earbud's about to die on me. Oh, and that killed the music. Always leaves your ears real itchy afterwards. Bob! Hi! Not on Twitch today. No, I am on my YouTube channel for the Positron build. But I will be back over to Twitch once it's done. Yeah, okay. Electronics. Oh. Switches. Where's the board? Toolhead PCB, which is the tiniest toolhead PCB. There you are. Switch PCB. You in there for now. Alright, what do I need to connect this on there? Socket head M.254. Those are tiny little guys. Tiny little guys. It's not the smallest they make a screw, but man, that can get lost real easily, real easy like. Alright. You're going to try streaming to both for a bit? I was thinking about streaming to both, like, simultaneously, but then I can't keep track of chat very easily. And I know, like, Vicky and a couple of other people do that. Oh, Mountain Dew. Sweet, sweet substance that sustains life and motion. I just figured, you know, I had my YouTube channel, hadn't been here for a while, so hadn't really done much over here. When I went over to Twitch, and figured the Positron build was right up the alley for the channel because I always did all my printer builds over here, so. Okay, it's not showing any wires, which is fine. I'm guessing these wires are going to come up and wrap in, and we're going to have to reseat these motors. That'd be my guess. I'm not going to do. I'm going to do that because I'm actually I don't like. Yeah, I love Twitch. I absolutely love Twitch. Twitch is like by far my favorite live streaming platform to go to and use. But I was like, yeah, I'll do something on YouTube. It's been a while since I've done a printer kit build. And I didn't do the Voron. I did a Voron 2.4, but I didn't do it live. So the last printer build I did on here live was, I think, the Rail Core back in the day. Yeah, I understand. Totally understand. This channel is where I lived back in the 2015 to 2020 range-ish. Had some fun over here. Then YouTube got all weird and stuff, and it looks like YouTube's done a lot to really help with its live, like for people who want to do things live versus having pre-produced content. Back in the day, I mean, you could go live, but there just wasn't much of an incentive to do anything live over just having your pre-produced content. And granted, YouTube is still more for pre-produced content. You want to get on and you want to watch a video, quickly get some information. At least that's how I use YouTube. When I want to watch a stream and be part of a community, I usually hop on Twitch. And that's why I took the move over to Twitch. Because I like the community aspect, and it's just built streamlined for live streaming. But nostalgia got the better of me for this one. Okay, now let's get this guy on here. See what I mean? Like, I think this just wraps around, maybe. I don't know. Up here, maybe not the Y. Z. Oh, there's the X. I'm guessing this one is the X, and then this one's Y. So, I'm guessing it routes internally here. It'd be nice if they had the wire on the renders, so I could tell. Firm believer in that you do not owe anyone anything, so you should stream where you want to. Yeah, full on. I agree. Yeah, where these are being, the placement of these holes make me think, since I had to solder, or not solder, but sand down this plate to get it in there, I'm thinking that printed a little larger than it should have. It did not experience the shrinkage quite as much as the other parts. You go in there, that's your home. YouTube is good for VODs. Twitch is good for monetization. Off to Sam's for Greek food. Ah, I want Greek food. Gonna go for some kafta. Gyro sounds good. Shawarma sounds good. Any of it. Any of it. Give it. Give it to me. Give it to me. Enjoy, Liz. Enjoy it. Alright, we're installing the Z drive onto the base plate. The teeth of the belt should face the pulley. Okay. Where did I put that? The drive. Yeah, okay. Go in this direction now. It's starting to look like something here. Look at this. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I guess the teeth are facing the pulley. That's how that's how it's installed it. Machine screw, button head M3/8. Yep. 4 of these. That was a lucky drop. Oh my gosh. I love these thermopad stuff. It's on my neck. Just soaking in that heat. Thermacare, I think that's the brand of it. Thermacare. Oh, we're flipping. Makes me feel like a young man again, Bob. It's revigorating. Revigorating. Giving my neck a second life. Okay. Cool. Look at that. Sure is looking pretty. Yeah. This is like the phase I really like to get to, because you're seeing a little bit of everything here. You're seeing some electronics, you're seeing some motion. Got motors, even got a belt over here. Look at that. There's a picture for base plate wiring. All the wires except the toolhead cable, power inlet cable, and power switch cable should be wired beforehand, as it will be difficult after the light strips. Side panels and top covers are installed. Plug the toolhead cable to the toolhead PCB as shown in the picture. We will install the PCB later in the step. Move the jumper above the Z in stop pin to the left, bridging Z stop and signal. Okay. 24 volt, 5 volt. So just hooking all the stuff up that we need to now. So A is X. Okay. That's... Wait. And B is Y? I called that wrong. Keep some semblance of wire control going on here. And this is Z. The Z. Mostly knee problems. I only have one bum knee, and that was from playing soccer in high school back in the day. I got slide tackled in an awkward way, and it tore the meniscus. If I could go back in time and punch the guy who did that in the face, I probably would. Or just not play soccer. That's probably a better bet. I need a wider bit. Do I have a wider? Nope, that's the only standard. So I'm just gonna grab a nice fat standard. Oh, I can go even bigger. Okay. Then I shall. Okay. He's got the ferrules on. I'm sure those are tight. I don't mess around with power when it comes to these. Tight connections, good connections. Front LED PCB. Medication time! Woohoo! Another thing of getting old. Oh yeah, no, I'm sure they didn't want to. I'm sure they had no ill will. Okay. Fans. Get it. Right now. Okay. PCB fan 1, which I'm guessing is left. Yeah, just let it dangle. Bloop, bloop. And Z-stop. Z-stop's on the... on this. Am I supposed to plug that in right now? Except for the tool head cable, power inlet cable, and power switch cable. Should be one. Alright. Uh-huh. So am I just supposed to keep this guy hanging around? Keep it all just hanging around now? Zit stop. Okay. Whatever. I'm supposed to go around the back like that. Okay, what else do we got here? It said all the wires except the tool head cable. Okay. Power inlet cable. Okay, and power switch cable. Okay, so is that it? Need the bed cable. Kind of hard to, which one's which? Is the bed cable the insulated one or the, because this feels like the tool head cable to me. They're both the same connectors. They're both XT30s plus 2. Braided cable for the bed. Okay, thank you. That's kind of what I was thinking. Just wanted to verify. Okay, that's in. My wife just sneezed upstairs and China heard that. Apologize for any of you guys that heard that in your homes and not through my mic. Goodness. Okay, so we don't have to mess with the tool head cable yet. We've got the bed cable in. I don't have an E-motor even installed yet. So I guess I'll just go ahead and plug it in. This is a bucket of awkward. A little bit. Just a little bit. I feel like it's a deconstructed printer right now. With a nice strawberry reduction on the side. Okay. Yeah. Prepare the front bumper! Okay, we're gonna need M365s. So I'm just gonna move some of these out of the way. 2 of these. Ooh, that freaked me out. What was that? My house is haunted, y'all. Machine screws. Button head M2.56. Just one. And that's to put the front LED onto the bumper. Oh, I totes forgot that I had this one. Ah. Okay. I just don't have a whole lot of space for this time. Okay, I'm gonna need to find these pieces again. There's my front bumper there. No, there's that. Yeah, it looks like it's been cooking overnight. Yee. The M365s seem a little long. Instructions feel like cheating. Yeah, it really feels like these should be M345s, not M365s for this part. In fact, the hole itself is not as long as the insert. So I'm guessing that's a typo. But we're using it! God. Push comes to shove, I've got more of those. Okay. Did you catch that, Nomad? On the prepare the front bumper one, it looks like M345s that should go into the front bumper, but it's calling for M365s instead of 45s. So you might want to pass that on to Jason, because I don't know if that's right. Those are way shorter than 6.5s. Am I right in thinking that these should be the 3.45s and not the 3.65s? Yeah, the only issue that I had is that it bottoms out. So the hole that's already prepared in the bumper for the heat insert is several, about 1.5 millimeters to 2 millimeters short for this heat insert. So, and Justin, go back to the corner. I don't need you throwing shade. I don't even know what that means. Well, it matters if I run out of heat inserts that I actually need the right size of, right? I don't know. I got enough extra parts that I don't sweat it too much, but if there is you know, someone putting this kit together who doesn't have a plethora of heat inserts. Or I don't know how many extras are included with the kit. Alright, I got the flux. The flux capacitor is good. You're literally just randomly adding it. Unfortunately, I can't stay. Have fun and don't put that thing with the stuff there. Okay, will do. Plenty of extras. Okay, good. Ah, Mountain Dew, power up. Take care, Justin. I literally built Sam's Positron with just spared. Oh, the rear light bar bracket. A lot going on here. Now. Okay. I think it's this one. That's rear light. Yep. 2.534s. Oh my gosh. Too much stuff. The standoffs in the middle part of the light bar bracket should be level and the bracket should not be pressing any wires. Okay. Oh, you should, you know, be heating up, yo. Can't use a cold iron to put heat inserts in. I mean, I guess you can if you really push. It's not going to do much, though, for you. I forgot to hit this part with my heat gun. Do that real quick. This poor side camera is just getting abused. Drive them in with a hammer. Sometimes I feel like driving them in with a hammer. They shouldn't be pressing any wires. Okay. Really feels like those should like go underneath it. But no, I guess not. We'll see. You only want to crust the red wire? Crust? Like crust as much as the next guy, Bob. I don't know what you're talking about here. Like, should the power wires go underneath this? It feels like there's like a divot in here for a reason. Oh, you only want to crush the red wire. I see, you were being facetious, sir. See, like it has this channel here, like almost like that should be going under it. You know what I mean? I mean, it still sits level with that going underneath it. I don't know. And then there's like another channel over here. Seems like that the Z wires could go under like that. Nomad, need help or direction or something here. Hey, so for these light brackets, the rear light bar bracket, it says the standoffs in the middle part of the light bar bracket should be level and the bracket should not be pressing any wires. But there are channels in them as if there's supposed to be wires going between the channels. So like the power leads on the front end of this, and then like the Z motor through the middle leads of that. Is that correct? Like they pass underneath it and not on top of it? Like that? It's still flush against the, what you call it, the base plate. Yeah, wires can go through the channels. Okay. Great success. Okay. So wires go under, yeah. The Y rail goes on top of those brackets. That's what I was thinking. So I didn't want to like not get the wires routed correctly and then have it crush. Oh, I need to put this one on too. These have a good amount of clearance on the sides for the wires. I'm guessing like that. Looks good. I'm not crushing anything. We're level. I do need to keep my hand on this though. Install the light strip, guide strip. I wish I had something to keep you down. I'll just reroute you. Okay. .56 button head. Okay. Remove the clear film. Do not remove the opaque white film. You got it, Captain. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking was going to happen there. The sounds that come from upstairs. So much crap in the way. Like, I've got wires all over the place that are going to block those light strips. Red light, hey! Welcome in. Currently bashing my head against the table trying to figure out wire routing. Okay. Is that in there right? So really, it's like this, yeah? You see, I've got all these wires like wanting to come over. There's got to be a cleaner way. Like there's a channel underneath for this. Bring it all over to the side. Put the fan on top of this one. Well, it's not the hardest thing, but it is quite interesting of a build. And I want to do it right, and I want to do it cleanly, so there's that. I almost want to look ahead a little bit to see. Uh-huh. I think I'm going to allow myself to be informed by the holes in things. So best I can, route cabling. You're a fan. There you go. But you need to come back. Something akin to that seems a little better for me. Okay. Am I flush? Am I on a wire? I'm on a wire there. Now I'm not. Flush, flush, flush. Flush it down the crap toilet. Not the printer. Oh, come on and get in there. Okay, that's one in with not too much stuff in the way. I'll take it. Wire management might need to be included a little bit more in the guide, in my opinion, just because like I've got this guy here for the, what is that, the in-stop switch. Like, does that also need to be running somewhere underneath all this mess? I don't know. I really don't. We'll find out eventually. Oh, like this. This definitely needs to be running underneath all that mess. Which we're just going to do this. And then do this. Make sure everything stays down. Oh! That would, I think, be my son screaming at the top of his freaking lung. There we go. You run the end stop wire under the LED PCB. This guy? You're talking about the LED PCB that is already on the board, right? Like that? Yeah, yeah. I spent a good like 2 hours just looking at the pinout for the board and actually looking at the schematics for it because I was very curious about the board, and I noticed that there were the standoffs, the DuPont standoffs, and then I saw the picture and I was like, there's LEDs there, and then I realized, oh, there's a subboard that goes on top of those standoffs. I'm just gonna hold you down with that, or not, whatever. Yeah, so like right around this time of the build, it'd be helpful to have a hey, here's your best wiring practices as far as like routing, wire routing. Because if I didn't have you here, it would have confused me when it said up here that it should not be pressing any wires. Like I understand that now as to it should not be like physically pressing wires between the, you know, like choking wires, crimping, pinching wires. But you know, looking at the parts, they also inform me that there's channels in there to move the wires around and whatnot. So side panels, 20 heat inserts. You and I are about to be busy, so I'm just gonna keep that there. These are the M2.534s. There we go. So, okay, it's 4:21. Which means we're getting close to dinner my time. Can I extend this thing out? Hold on, messing with the chair. Ow, mother. I feel like I'm so properly... I think I actually pulled something messing with that. What's up? Oh, that's just, it holds the chair on, so it's not adjustable backrest. That sucks. Oh well, it wasn't a very pricey chair, so we work with what we got. And speaking of, let's fix that. Ta-da! We're building a printer! That's what's up. Okay, so sides comprised of parts. Voila. All right, these are all 2.5s, and then we're gonna need 4 machine head, button head screws, 2.5 14s. Okay, how many? 4? Okay, so yeah, might give it another 30 minutes worth of work here and then take a dinner break and then start hitting it again after the kids go to bed. There we go. resting on there. Hold on one second. Oh, things got lazy. That's why. Sorry, this camera is resting on my bar light. I have a bar light that's right here, and anytime the table jiggled, the camera was like blah, 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 blah. Yay! This is one of those fangled upside down printers. It's the Positron. And I'm positive that I'm getting somewhere with it. Maker Viking, welcome in, man. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. We're doing it a little old school right now. Okay. I need to clean up a little bit as I go here because things are getting out of hand. And of course I need a Mountain Dew hit. Okay, so let's start the adventures of all the heat inserts. Okay, so that's the 2-hole. It's kind of nasty, but dadgum freaking tism won't let me leave it alone. It must be close to perfect. And that's going to be a capture nut on the back. So I want that to fit in there fine. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's where the power button and the inlet for the AC is going to be. So that should cover all that up anyway. Okay, so right now there is nothing really connecting any of this stuff together, but it's just kind of showing how it's going to go together eventually. I think make sure all the holes are cleaned. Okay, looking good. Away with you, the X-Acto knife. Okay, so we're going to use this piece, but it's going that way. Yeah. I need a little bit of space here. Stuff's going to start falling off of my table. And then the piece with the longer, there's a couple of these. But only one of them has the spot for what I'm guessing is a captured nut or something. So it's this piece. And you know what? I'm willing to bet that there's going to be heat inserts going into all this anyway, so like that, like that. Okay, let's go. Let's do it. I need my metal. Where's my metal? I just had it. Oh, it's up here. Okay. Let's get depressing. Let's get depressing. This is so depressing. Did you cool down again? Dadgummit. I'll wait for you to warm up again. Nope, take your time. No one's waiting on you. This song reminds me of like a free version of Sorry Miss Jackson. Sorry Miss Jackson, ooh, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize 1,000,000,000 times. You guys didn't know you're going to be getting singing coming here, did you? Unfortunately, I don't remember the spoken part, the rapped part. Forever, ever, forever, ever, ever, ever. Miss Jackson, ooh, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. Miss Jackson, ooh, I am for real. Meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion. Oh, the baby mama. No, 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 no. Forever. That's one of the beautiful things about music, is that chord progressions are incredibly universal. So if you ever look up the 4 chords of rock music and pop, there are 4 chord progressions, or a 4 chord progression that is used in literally hundreds of songs, and it's the same chords in the same progression, just with little different flares here and there. And that's it. Like, but each song is in itself unique, even though they sound pretty much the same. All right, just the other side of this one. No, we're not getting any younger. Ow. Make it easier to remember if they're all the same. What's that song that went da 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 da? Yeah, I was a music major once upon a time, believe it or not. And learned quite a deal. I always played by ear, and learning music theory kind of opened up my eyes to, like, how uncreative a lot of music is, but at the same time, using uncreative techniques and uncreative progressions, chord progressions, they still end up making something quite creative out of it, which just shows the versatility of music in general. And just when you think that everything has been done under the sun, someone does something unique. Like, there's what I'd say a borderline metal band, but also just a really good band, period, Sleep Token. They blew up. And that's a band that I've been listening to for a while, just because they were very, very unique in the way that they blended genres together. And I actually know who the members of Sleep Token are. I was able to figure that out way back in the day, because their lead singer I was a fan of in his old band, and it was an underground band. And then he also had YouTube videos up for a while. They're all gone now, unless they're reposted by other people. Kind of talking about piano lessons and other stuff. And then their drummer, I followed their drummer like a hawk for the longest time, because of his ability to blend pretty much every single genre there is into a melodic masterpiece. And it was, yeah, I actually, before he was ever in Sleep Token, before Sleep Token was ever really a thing, he had some classes, and I actually took his classes online. So it was it's very interesting to hear the same every drummer has a voice, has a unique voice. My primary instrument is percussion, so I'm a drummer. And I have my own voice compared to my buddy Justin, who's a drummer. I have my own voice compared to my buddy Ethan, who's a drummer. And I have my own voice compared to a lot of others. My voice is informed by a lot of other influences, a lot of other drummers who I've gravitated towards over my life, and then my own take and flair on things. But to hear a unique voice played and knowing exactly that voice, and you know exactly who that is, and it's like, oh, well, that is absolutely this person. 100%. The way that they operate their cymbals and the way that they incorporate oh, no, I don't need that bag. The way they incorporate a little bit of the hip-hop, R&B, and electric elements into it verbatim, like what he was teaching in his classes, and in his music. I mean, he loves double cymbal hits. He loves hitting the you know, that little, got these little splashes right there, and he just loves hitting those. Like, they're just great little accents, and he is like, that's part of his distinct voice, is always like, if he hits something, he hits, you know, he like always that toots or could not tell one musician from another, but I do get that, as I can tell one 3D designer from another most of the time. Yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, you know, in music we talk about voices with instruments and musicians and instrumentalists, but like in 3D printing and modeling, I like to talk about fingerprints. Like, I can see the fingerprints of the modeler or the designer all over this specific model. Like, I can take a look at a model and say, oh, well, Weck made that, you know, that's a Wexter model. Or I can see one and say, oh, that's definitely Fotis, or that's an Eastman. Or, you know, excuse me, 3D Print Bunny. I mean, it's super easy to look at a model and go, oh, well, that's probably 3D Print Bunny because it's stringing everywhere. Although that's not her only cup of tea. That is what she's insanely good at. Like, better than the rest of us by a long shot. She's so creative with that stuff, so. Okay, I'm done with that one. So number next is over here. Oh, see, those do join together and make a little capture nut area right there. So move these out of the way for now. I do need to answer my wife as far as dinner is concerned. Un momento, please. Boom. Yeah, and as far as my musical tastes, like, you can tell when someone steals files to start with. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, it's getting bad too over on Maker World. Like, seeing a whole bunch of designers' models just get completely ripped, and you know, they're well-known designers like Chelsea. Like, her designs are getting pulled off and then slightly altered and then put on Maker World. Like, her like balloon animals, that's a big one. And then like Kevin's stuff is getting you know, stolen and then put on there, and 3D Printing World's collapsible swords and stuff, that's all getting stolen and put on there. So yeah, we just have to, you know, they can put in a, like, hey, someone stole my model, please take it down kind of deal, but Maker World isn't the best at taking things down, because even if there's just a slight little difference, they're like, oh no, it is a different model. See, this little edge here is like different. It's like, it's my model. So it takes the community to really make a fuss. But that's why we have community. To protect each other, support each other. I just heard an owl from upstairs from my daughter, so hopefully she's fine. I'm willing to bet it was caused by my son. Yeah, and the reason why I brought up Sleep Token was they all wear masks and they're trying to keep their, you know, identities secret so that the music gets the attention and they don't, which is admirable. I fully support that, but their lead singer has such a unique voice that if you've heard it before, you know 100% who it is. And their drummer, again, if you're a drummer, then if you've heard him, then you know. Okay, now they're screaming and crying upstairs. I'm guessing they're getting hungry. Ooh, someone's not happy. That sounds like the sun. My son just turned 3. And he like flipped a switch on him and he is such a little turd now. And man, does he yell like a banshee. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but he is a banshee. Saying your main platform is Maker World now? I know, like Kevin has kind of been migrating over to Maker World and has been doing the exclusive model stuff. Things was more of the where he was doing, but Things has changed hands and a lot of stuff has changed with that. So it's not quite as lucrative as it was before for designers, which is sad. But they were giving away everything but the kitchen sink, and sometimes they were giving away the kitchen sink. It was like $15,000 a week worth of Matter Hackers gift cards. Something crazy like that. Have not moved to Maker World. I need to make a little on designs, yeah. So are you still over on Things? Still doing the subscription on Things? Oh, now we're putting the grills in. And these have to be glued in. Guess one way is as good as the other. Except I want the grills to be facing the fan so it intakes properly. Okay. Make more with the submodel than it, yeah. I bet. It is a cool song. Cool. Alright, sorry, I'm having to concentrate because I'm using CA glue here and I want to make sure I don't use too much. Dadgummit. Go the right way. Heck with it. Don't care. It's gonna look the way it looks, and it's gonna look that way. Yeah, that's... Air will get in there. Cool. Well, those two went the same way, kind of. Air's gonna get in there regardless of what I do to it, so. Put this up for now. Also made it easy to cheat. Yes, it did. Well, they were fighting that for a long time. Those two go together. This one goes together. Like that. Is that a 2.5? It is, okay. Yeah. I know some did get busted and then they were absent for a while and now they're back. Some tightness going on here. When did they put that on there? That's not part of it yet. That comes later. I need to know which side goes which. I'm guessing this is right because that's got the panel over there. Not every account cheats and not every account that wins cheats, but they have a few you can expect to cheat. Yeah, oh yeah. We know who they are. So this goes somewhere over here. It goes on this thing. Like that. I see how we're doing this. Okay, making more sense now. Alright, excellent. Okay, so let's install some power switches and stuff. Power inlet and power switch. I think I just heard my wife leave the building. Picking up Donner? No, dinner. Heater, push button switch, DC jack. So switch in first. God, I got a headache. Sure. Okay. Kind of hard to do this with a connector on it. Come on. Did we not think this through? I don't think we thought this through. I don't have to take the connector off just to get the ring off. What? No, it's thought through. You have to bend the wire over the connector and then the ring can slip over it. Instructions do not show that. In fact, the instructions don't show anything with the connector or the wire. At least not the LDO ones. Killing me, man. Alright. Thanks for the little piece of advice there. Just a little bit, not much. Okay. It's like one of those puzzles you pick up at like shops or whatever that are like, figure out how to get this thing off this thing. There's another way to do them. Don't put the ends on them. The ends just click. I mean, these are just JST connectors, so you could leave the connector off and then just show the pin out and then have them put the pins in after they get it set in there. Okay. That's in. Power jack looks like it's going to be a little easier. I know. I don't want to ask too much out of people, but I still think if you give them like a clear, like, look at the connector from the side that has the holes in it, and we'll push it in green, red, black, blue, and make sure that the connector's on snugly. But again, this is also a power connector, so it's one that you don't want them screwing up. I get that. Looks like I'm on my own for dinner. I'm just high maintenance. Who is freaking texting me like? Come on. Get it threaded on there, buddy. Alright, I think that's on there. So can I sync it? Now we're going. Okay. Power inlet and switch installed. We'll roll with it. Okay. Plug the cables into the PCB. Thank you for using ferrules, by the way. I do appreciate that. I'm good. Okay, fully seated, good to go. And now we're working with these little top guys here. Okay. 2.5s. I don't remember the last time I felt my butt. So I'm gonna stand up for a second. Oh, there it is. Okay, how many of these two? Just two? And are you warmed up? Alright, DC jack, push switch into the box of bags. Okay, so these are going one there, one there. And you gotta be uber careful with these because they don't have a back. And it's kind of thin, so it'd be easy to warp these parts out on accident if exposed for too long to heat. We're gonna sniper it. All right, looks good. Number next. Cool. What's next? Oh my goodness. Okay, we got some stuff to do here. Machine screw, flathead, 2.56. That's an M3. And 2.56, okay. How many? Just one. Okay, fair enough. A button head, 2.510. How many? 5 of these? Are you gonna make me turn this sucker over? Are you gonna make me turn this sucker over? You will rue the day! Okay. Button head, 2.5 tens, and then 1 M36 flat. M36. Cool. All right. Mountain Dew. I haven't eaten anything today. I just realized that. I should probably get food or something. And my wife just left with the kids to go look at Christmas lights. It's a little late for that in my opinion, but whatever. And I'm guessing they're going to get dinner. Okay, so position left side panel to the base plate, secure the side panels from the back. Yeah, of course. Question here is, is there nothing that secures these two together, I guess? I need to know what goes where here. And what are all those? 3, 2, 5, 10s. Come on, give me a break. Give me a break, give me a break. Break me off a piece of that, go in the freaking thing. There's no hole for that one. Wait, what? Okay, yeah, I see that now. Those two and that one up here, right? Is that right? I think I needed one more of these. Oh, I do have one more of these. Good. And I'm not completely mental. Just partially. Alrighty, Bob. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping in. Okay. So that side is on. Ish. Now we just need to do some wire maintenance. Kind of get stuff out of the way here. Okay. Get that away from what I'm guessing is a voltage regulator right there. Okay. Okay, nothing up front yet. So M3 goes in this one. I just can't reach very well with that. Okay, what's going on here? Heatsink. There's just a heatsink not in the right spot for a heat insert. So I'm just gonna drift it. This is stupid. Oh my gosh. Let's be careful here. I'm gonna drift you over a little bit. Closer. There we go. Whatever it takes. Okay. Where'd that M3 go? I'm sure that's the M3. No, that's the M2. M3's up here. Right there? And the M2's back here. Oh, I remember that one. That's the one that I messed up like an idiot. Now this guy is rubbing. it because of this? Nah, it's encountering friction forces from somewhere else. I'm guessing from the belt. We'll see. That might affect a little bit, but we'll have to revisit it. That's what we got. See, yeah, it would be a little bit better if, like, they kind of gave you an idea of wire management, like how you should route the wires around here. You know, for someone who is a complete noob trying to build this, I would not recommend this as your first printer build, but if you know what you're doing, I think you'll be fine. Or if Nomad's in everyone's stream. We'll just make sure that he's in everyone's stream. Okay. Install left upper top cover. Left upper top cover. Carbon fiber. Nice. M2.56s. Button head? Button head. How many? One. And then 2.510s button head. 4. Usually you are in everybody's stream. I believe it. It's your baby. I'll make sure no one's like completely wrecking it. Which I think I might have messed something up on this back side. Just a teeny bit. I want a razor blade's thickness at least in there. Oh, it's not gonna work, is it? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Before we get too far into this, I am not happy with the way that idler is spinning. Right there. So I'm gonna take this off and make a little bit more clearance for it. Alright, let's see how that fits. Yeah, now we've got some clearance there. I ain't afraid to modify parts. Oh, it's past 5. Dadgum. Nice smooth idler action here. Okay, I would feel much better about that. Okay, y'all. I need to eat something. I have not eaten all day, and it's starting to. I'm starting to feel that. So, I will say that I will resume the stream maybe around 7:45, 7:30. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. So, and hopefully I can go get something to eat and give me a little bit more power-ups and get rid of this headache. Let's see what I've got. Yeah, we're making good progress. Making real good progress. It's starting to look like a posi. We'll get to the Tron part hopefully tonight as well. Do I got something on me? Ow. Ow. This is that camera I keep hitting. It's a little butt. Okay, well, I will see you when I see it. Probably around that time I said. And I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'm hungry.